Red alert!
Hello, good evening. It's Friday, February 21st, 2025. Welcome back to a 5 o'clock edition of 4K Skywatching Podcast. I'm Tom King. I got some cool updates for you this week. If you have been watching the previous episodes, you might get a kick out of what happened and where this is going. Because it's going deep in the rabbit hole. And not only do I have myself here, over to my right here, we have my guest. That's R0, whatever you want to call him. He is kind of a grumpy droid. He's given me the silent treatment right now, but this is the only podcast you're ever going to run into with fully operational Death Star droid. So he rocks with the best of them. I've got a weird update with what happened with my poll. That's become some type of adventure, or maybe a big challenge. See, we got Andy here. Thanks for coming in, Andy. Good to see you too. Hopefully not a hospital week anytime soon for you or any of us. I didn't see too much going on in the UFO field this week. We had Stephen Greer making more promises and telling big stories. I'll get a bit more into that in a little bit. I have quite a bit of things running in the command center tonight. Having a few of these episodes in, I'm getting really the swing of things now. This is one of the NVRs that I have running. This one, I have the 4K dome camera and the all sky camera, north, south, east, and west camera, and the up camera, all recorded in 4K, and it records a month worth of data. And we also have Flight Tracker 24 running, and I have the radar in another screen. And here's an update quickly on the radar. The radar, what we're looking at now is the live feed from the radar screen. the radar screen is now mounted in the UFO lab. So I had to pick a spot with all of these 10 TVs. Where the hell does this fit here the best so it's operational good? And then also I had one of these TVs that needed a job. So now we have the radar screen is just clamped safely to a desk and HDMI up to television set here so I can watch it bigger. And it's also fed into this computer system too, so I can live, click go live and stream the radar screen. But the screen is set up. The antenna, well, that's another story. Hey, it's Dan. How you doing, Dan? Oh, Richard Mimnick. Good evening to you too, sir. My eyes are screwed up from LASIK, so I'm back to glasses many of the times. I got a couple cosmic watches going. I got double vision in this eye, and this eye is kind of fine. So I'm going to get them checked. I'm sick of putting it off. Men put things off. So anyway, so we have the radar up. Another thing that we have is some different scenes I can put together here. So I can interface myself on here or any of these screens, the radar, kind of mix and match with that. For instance, me and R0 can sit here and we can go, hey, do you see anything? Is he watching things? And then we have, let's see what else we got here. We got the Cosmic Watch Live. I got 3 of these running now, thanks to, again, Mateo for fixing the third one that took a nasty drop over here a while back. So I hear these things going off a lot, and I got 2 of them stacked over here. And what I'm finding is when you get a spike, you might not get a spike on both of them, but about 50% of the time you do. And on top of that, I have UFODAP running, and why the hell is this saying egg video one? Anyway, UFODAP is running on that one. There we go. So we might hear an alarm on that. So far, I haven't seen anything triggered, but it should be triggering on aircraft coming over. So we got 3 dome cameras. Let's take a peek over here and see what's going on with that. So it's good to see people in here. So I had this week off from work, so that way I can sleep in a little bit, stay up late. I stayed up late a couple of nights, and my wife wasn't too happy. What I was doing was time-lapse photography with the P1000 and the P900 cameras, and going through kind of the ins and outs, best practices of them, shooting some sunsets, shooting some fast ones. There's about both of the cameras are the same. So if you could find the area buried in those menus of how to do time lapse, which I put a video out, because I was looking, how the hell do I do this? And I went, you know what? If I don't know how to do it, I'll make a tutorial. So I put one out. So I remembered. Turn to scene, go to time lapse, and scene has a lot of the options and strange things you can do. But you go into time lapse, and there's about 5 different modes. There's a quick 10-minute mode. Then there's a 50-minute mode, which is more useful. There's the hour and 50-minute, and then there's a star trail one where star trail will take the image and just kind of smear it. It's cool if a UFO comes in and does a weird turn. So what's interesting is I noticed I couldn't plug these cameras into a power supply, like a battery pack, because 150 minutes the battery might run out. And if it does run out, you won't get the proper capture. It'll probably just dump the file and you get nothing. So you have to make sure if you're going to do a 150-minute time lapse that your battery lasts 150 minutes, and it wouldn't let me plug it in. So I had to use fully charged batteries. So there's a chip on that, and that's a lot of fun because you never know kind of what you're going to get out of that, depending on what your target is. You don't have to shoot the sky. You can shoot traffic. You can shoot birds. You can shoot all kinds of things. Unfortunately, that's kind of limited there. Now, I think my GH5S, again, I can't remember, so I probably need to make a tutorial, also does time-lapse. But I think that one does a lot more than 150-minute limitation. I think that one you can do like forever. I do remember with that one, you can do stop motion. Stop motion was stuff I used to mess around with in 1988 with a video camera where you'd press the button and you'd move some clay and press the button, move some clay. But anyway, going to play around with that more. But yeah, I was up late doing some time-lapse stuff of the stars. And it's a lot of fun doing that. But you got to kind of make sure it's not going to rain on those particular cameras because you don't want to bring them to ruin. So let's see. We were out doing some sky watching again, which is fun to get out of the house. So yeah, we have a drive, a place that's a UFO hotspot. The man who lives there, Chris, he's filmed a lot of stuff. And not everything he films is a UFO. He weeds his stuff out before he shows it to us, and he's just like anybody else, except where he lives and maybe where he goes even. He records a lot of good stuff. And I'm not convinced that every single one, but I'm convinced there's something going on in this area. There is something. I've seen enough video proof that it's convinced me to do a bit of an investment there. Since I had this other Ford NVR that really wasn't needed for the system, it was more of in case one blows up, there's an extra one type of thing. I had this other NVR, and I had that other thermal camera that I was using to film cars and cats, and then I was running it through UFODAP to figure it out if it knew what a car was or a cat, and it did. So I was tested on that. I was on the test. So now the system is getting installed at this location so we can have some type of permanence up and running. So first we got I tricked out an NVR 8 terabyte and that. So he's got, with only 3 cameras, I think that'll record maybe 2 months of 4K stuff. And then another 4K Lorix day and night camera. And then he has another dome camera, and I'm not sure what the specs are on that, but that's going to be plenty. And it's going to be pointed in this area. And I can't wait to see what turns up. So yeah, we're out sky watching and setting up our gear. And it's pitch black there, so I had to use a flash for this. I mean, I think I accidentally stumbled over one of his lights. So sorry about that, Chris, if you're watching. I'll pay for the light. I mean, I think I may have broken it. I should have left like a 20 there, but I wasn't sure. And yeah, I think, this is another image of us setting up. That's Clive Christopher. He's a film director, cinematographer. He's made at least, I think, 20 movies. He does quite a few. And I think he's using a 6K camera there. He's got a couple of them. He's got a hell of a system there. And so we set the cameras up and do experiments, and hopefully something shows up. And something did. Both times we did this. But I didn't get there because I was stuck in traffic. So it's usually like a 30 or 40 minute ride up there. It was almost 2 hours, I think. to get up there. And by the time I get up there, I'd missed it, and they had seen maybe hockey pucks. I'm not sure. But anyway, Chris showed me what I had missed in his house, and now I get why he films up, because he has a system, and it works with his system. So he films probably all of his videos on his phone up, and then anyway he goes in and then he Bluetooths over to his. He's got really nice television, and his phone's on his TV. And then since it's an up and down mode, he just goes like that and pinches and zooms in, and we can see it full screen. And that works for him. That helps him figure out if he's got a grocery bag or something else. So I don't know what the two objects were. They might have been hockey puck looking things, but damn it, I missed them. And they seem to happen right before we're all set up. Both times that happened. I was thinking the only way to mitigate that was with the body camera. So you're filming at all times, because you film and you get out of the car and there it is. Then when you start getting your stuff ready, or more people are showing up, then it boogies on. So anyway, we set up, and we did see some people up there. So we experimented with our cameras and then trained them. And a really cool situation is Dan, and he's watching. He's got this modern drone. And I got one of those old ones from like 8-9 years ago. You got to do the hokey pokey and turn around with it and get the compass set up and warm up. So if you see a UFO, it takes like 6-7 minutes for that thing to get in the air. Dan's thing is in the air almost like at Frisbee speed. He might even be able to toss it like Predator throwing those throwing stars, and he throws a drone at him. But anyway, within seconds, he can get a drone up there at the after the UFO with night vision and color 4K. So that's 4K skywatching right there. There's a tool that I don't have, but I can't always have the newest stuff. I got plenty. So that's pretty cool, because if something shows up, we can't just run out there to it, because there's rocks. We have to unlock a gate. We have to get the code. So it's going to be cumbersome to run after it. So this drone is the best thing. It'll go right straight for it. So that said, I never thought about that before at a Skywatch. And now that I understand that. If you guys go out in groups, you should have one guy who's the drone expert. Like everybody kind of has their thing. Like they have their camera, kind of like the Justice League. Everybody's a different superhero. So everybody has like their speciality of which device they have. And it's great we have a mix. So Dan he's got, the drone is one thing he's got a bunch of other stuff. But anyway, the drone, I would have that in your group. If you're a Skywatcher and you have a group, have a drone guy. He also had this really cool, I'm talking about really cool camera. It was like the Luke Skywalker one that he had in the beginning when Luke was looking at the sand people. And I got a digital binocular, that's a Luna Optics, but it's got, two pieces for each eye. His just have this screen you look at. So he has this screen, and he was looking at something at the top of this peak, and it was flashing, strobing. It was strobing, but it was square. I'm pretty sure he recorded it, but square, and it was flashing, and I was thinking, what in the hell is that? And I'm sitting there thinking of all the mundane things going through my mind, what it could be. And I just thought like TV remote, like why would somebody be up there with a TV remote? But I was thinking something infrared that's flashing that isn't visible to the human eye, but this camera's picking it up. Yet no other camera did. No other camera picked anything up like that except Dan's. So that was strange. And we had a psionics on it too. And we all traded cameras, like, hey, try this out. You try my binoculars, I'll try yours. And I tried out that psionics again. And I run those cameras down, and, I don't say a lot of good stuff about them just because of the low resolution. And I'm, let's go to 4K. Let's not do 720p. But God damn, is that good at night. Jesus, does that light the night up. Even though I don't have one, I probably won't get one because I have too much gear. That's a great damn camera to have in a skywatching group. So somebody should have one of those too. Yeah, man, tell me about your skywatching groups. Yeah, Dan recorded it, so he's got that. It it could be something mundane, I mean, man-made, but what would it be? Who the hell's dragging remote controls up to the top of some mountain? I'm trying to think of what other gear belongs up there. It's probably man-made, but I don't know. Maybe it's not. So anyway, that was Skywatch. So this dilemma. So if you followed me, no, his JBL speaker brain is dead. I forgot to charge it, but it'll be here next week. Actually, the black droid, the black droid's coming in to take his place. Sorry, buddy. So the drink tray you probably seen last week was silver. So not only have I been working on UFOlogy, I've been working on droid stuff too. So I painted this, and it's supposed to be gold, I think, but I painted it copper, and that's to match the paint scheme of my Imperial droid, which is R2Q5, the Death Star droid. That was the droid Vader got after he went to the Death Star. It was the same version of R2, but a black version. And I was thinking, do I like this, or what about the gold? Like, what it would look better gold, but this isn't R2. This is going on a black droid that's going to serve beer, and it's going to be the most badass fucking thing you ever seen in your life. When I bring it to Comic-Con before I had the drink tray, people would shit. They would just freeze. Holy shit. I had more cussing around that droid than Andrew Dice Clay heard in his entire career. So I was thinking about this color, but I got a new reflective color that I put on the leg. I like it, so I'm going to put it on the head tomorrow, and then a new reflective silver. So I've been working on that too. And then a lot of, I got, since March 13th is coming up, there's going to be a bunch of remastered March 13th clips that are coming. So I got another one, a UPN one. And a few of them are an hour long. So some of these are, because I see these clips all over the internet that people that downloaded off my channel, like the news clips, the March 13th news stories and stuff. That's fine. Spread the news around, right? It's news. But I'm going to have better versions that are in 4K. So a lot of them had to do different AI engines because some of them look horrible, right? And then sometimes, if you really want to get nitpicky, you can do them in 8 AI engines and then just take, 3 seconds from this AI engine looks good, but then this other AI engine looks better on this part, so we're going to cut that. I'm not going that deep into that. I'm just kind of going to find a good one and release it. Oh, well. Yeah, it probably rains there all the time, doesn't it, Andy? I was talking to Dave earlier. He says they get about 10 days of sun a year, and we get about 10 days, if we're lucky, of rain a year. Oh, cool. Dark skies? Well, yeah, it's mostly, where we live, you can see very few clouds. I love it when we have clouds, so if I actually see something and film it, I got a reference point. If it's just this blue sky, it's not as convincing. So back to the radar stuff. Okay, so I bought this pole. All right, I'm ready to do this. So I bought this mast off government, planet government. I don't know. It's one of those two. I'm a bit dyslexic. So I bought, there were 3 of these. So I had 3 windows open. That's nice when you're bidding on something on eBay and you're in the UFO lab, because I can have like a bunch of windows open if there's a bunch of stuff. Anyway, there were 3 of them, so I had them all open, and they all went within a minute. Like one went at 12:13, 12:14, 12:15. So that was another reason I did that. Because I wanted one of them, and I won one of them. And then I thought, okay, am I going to go get this? I can go pick it up in my truck. And then after pricing it out and then figuring, okay, because I was off this all week, I can go get it. But it's up by Reno. It's north of Reno. And I'm down here south in Phoenix. So that's 800 miles, I think, one way. And anyway, then I have to drive through all the snow, stay in a hotel. So by the time I looked at what shipping freight charges are, it was better off just to have a semi deliver this. Then I don't have to deal with putting all those miles in my truck or driving. But I wanted to do a road trip. So anyway, Jones and to get out of town, because I work from home, so I don't get out of here much. And, it's like Data said that Independence Day in Area 51, they don't let him out much. Well, it's kind of the same here. I don't get out of here a lot. So it's good to get the hell out. So anyway, had this delivered, right? Or so I thought. So anyway, one thing I don't do is answer my phone with local area codes. So the area code, one of the area codes here is 480. So anytime 480 answers or calls, I don't answer it unless it has the name of somebody in contact list. I just don't, because I know it's robocall and scams from overseas. Let me call them if I'm pissed and I want to try out some new material. So the day was going, and I mean, does these happen so often? If I cuss them out and hang up, as soon as I've done it, it's them again. It's like, Jesus, I just said no. Anyway, it's pretty persistent. So I get a call, 480. So I go, hello, speak. And I'm waiting for it to whoop. And then it's going to say hello. And then, they're going to run their scam. So I'm waiting to do this material, put some whatever materials pops in my head. And then I said, hello, scammer, are you there? Hello. And then I heard boop, boop, and it was weird. Another call. So I got an incoming call. And it's weird because my phone will sit there and not ring for 5 hours. And then when it does ring, it's call after call after call at the same time. So what the hell King's Law or Richard Nimnick's law is that? Right? There's a law like when you wash your car, it rains the next day. I don't know what the hell that's called, but everybody knows that happens. Everybody knows a lot of these weird things happen, but they don't label them. So it's time to put some labels on this shit. So anyway, the next call's coming in, and I say, screw this one. And I hit the button to accept. And I say, hey, scammer, you're live on the internet with Tom. Who is this? And he goes, is this Dumb King? I'm probably bad doing his exit. I go, yeah, you found him. Who is this? And he goes, this is the guy with your pole. You got scammed. And I'm like thinking, wait a minute. What the fuck? What do you mean I got scammed? He's like, yeah, you got scammed. And I'm going, who are you? He goes, you bought a pole, a big mast, correct? And I'm like, yeah. And the whole thing threw me off because I couldn't get it. Because the entire time he's talking, I hear Pedro Pascal. I love that dude. He's funny as shit. If you watch him in that Nicolas Cage movie where they're trying to save each other on the wall, you'll walk away crying. That's so funny. So I'm listening to him, right? So the Mandalorian is telling me that I got scammed. And I'm thinking, well, no, I just hung up on this. What do you mean? The scammers are calling me now about the pole? Shit, this is getting deep. He goes, you got ripped off. And I'm thinking the Mandalorian has called me to tell me I got ripped off. What the? Now I'm thinking, how did I even see this pole to begin with? What dark side of the force led me down this path? So I'm listening. And he goes, okay, this makes no sense. And it won't. He said, you got hacked. And, hello, Sin, how you doing? Hacked? What do you mean? He said, hackers broke in and stole your, they stole your pole. And I'm, the whole time the Mandalorian's telling me this. And I just can't believe it. And I'm like, should have got that damn flagpole. So I'm like, what do you mean a hacker broke in and stole my stuff? And he goes, yeah, I'm supposed to get your stuff, but somebody else has it, right? And I go, yeah, because I got 3 bids for it, and I picked the bid that had 3,000 transactions with the 99% approval rating, and the other 2 had like 10. So what would you do? And they were the best price, right? So apparently, he says the person that I paid was a hacker, and I'm not getting my pull. And all this for this damn radar. And then he says, the pull's in my guy's truck. So I'm like, what bounty hunter do you got IG-88 as my pull or boss? What the fuck? I don't get it, man. This don't make sense. If I got hacked, why is the pull in your guy's truck? So, or something. So you have to have like release papers. You have to, I don't know. So all that stuff gets sent when you put this out. And so I don't know how somebody else would have got this, right? Because it's only sent to me. But I was just glad that the pole was in somebody's truck. I thought maybe I got hacked and the goddamn pole was gone. So he's like, so we got it or something. So he goes, who did you call? So I give him the number. He calls those people, and I'm thinking, oh shit, do they even exist? Or was that a burner phone? And that's how is a hacker signed into Planet Gov as a bidder that has 3,000 transactions with the 99% approval rating? None of this computes. This would make Spock cry. So anyway, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I got other shit to do. So I was working on this Pelco pan and tilt that would go on top of the alleged pole that's supposed to get here. But I had, I was thinking, it was weird how I wasn't giving a shit. I was like, sitting here wiring this up, soldering it, pushing these pins in, thinking I should care more about that pole or something, shouldn't I? Nope, don't give a shit. And I was thinking, are you a UFO sociopath? Maybe you are. Maybe you should give a damn, because you don't. You should give a damn that, like, would you give a damn if somebody stole your P1000? I got a P100, 900. I don't know. Maybe I am. So I was trying to get this together and fucking butchered it. There was supposed to be a video tonight where I showed you how I wired this up. There's no video. I fucked it up. So maybe next week. Screwed up so bad I had to order more connectors. I even ruined the connectors. Yeah, this is weird. And it gets weirder. And so also this week is I'm buying bags of Quikrete, right? So I'm using ChatGPT to tell me how many bags of Quikrete I need because I'm going to have to pour a cement pad to put this on. Great. That's just what I wanted to do. So anyway, I've done this stuff plenty of times. It's not that big of a deal. I poured bridges. I poured foundations for bridges, pilings of the entire decks. A cement pad, it's not that big of a deal, but it's also I didn't anticipate radar a cement pad. I mean, what the hell is going to be on next week's episode? I'm welding? Never know. Now I know how to weld. So anyway, so I get a call back from, so I'm skywatching, right? And so anyway, I'm on the way to the skywatching. I'm anticipating while I'm driving up, the Mandalorian is going to call me, and my phone automatically is Bluetooth to the vehicle, so it'll automatically go through the voice over in the dash, plus the 4K camera that's filming the road in case I get in a wreck will record the conversation. And I thought, I hope he calls, then I can get a recording of the Mandalorian. But he didn't call. They waited until I got there, and then they called. And said, yeah, it'll be there tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. when you wake up. And that Skywatch is over. I go home. There's nothing there. And then they said, oh, it'll be there at the end of the day. Next day, nothing. And I'm thinking, I think I got ripped off. I should start caring. This heart ain't beating. Weird. So anyway, then I got a call. It'll be there tonight. The guy's a couple 100 miles away. So I'm waiting. Doesn't happen. And they call saying, oh, sorry. It'll be there at 6:30 in the morning. So I'm thinking, I think we got ripped off. So me and Rhonda were talking, yeah, I might have to call the cops. I don't know. Who the hell hacks stuff like this? And then I started thinking, you know what? I think the person I'm dealing with, it's a woman from New Jersey who was calling me. I think she's the hacker. But I don't know how, because I could hear a puppy in the background. She's working from home. But it could be the mafia. Like the mafia maybe has these things about masks or something, and only they deliver. Fuck if I know. This whole story is weird. So we hear a semi pull up next to our house, right? And it's huge. I mean, this thing looks like it's 28 feet long. Let's take a look at. Yeah, it's big. Let's see. Yeah, that pulls up. That guy gets out, and I'm thinking, and that was parked overnight. So that's highly irregular, as they might say in a James Bond movie. So I'm thinking, it's got to be that. And that's got to be packed full of stuff, right? That's got to be packed full of because these guys drove 900 miles. So anyway, in the morning, 6 o'clock, nothing. So I call thinking it's going to be a burner phone, and that lady answers. She goes, oh, yeah. I'm going to pay him. All right, this became clear that she was the hacker, and the Mandalorian was the guy who was supposed to pick this up. Because he asked me, how much did you pay for this? And I thought, oh, shit, don't tell him that, because then he's going to figure out, how much did he... So anyway, he was saying it was $1,400 to transport this. But that's not what got paid. So my pole was taken hostage by a group of Mandalorians, and it sat in front of my house overnight, and they wouldn't release it until they got payment. But see, I repaid, and I didn't pay $1,400. But I paid half that, or around that, and this lady somehow intercepted the online thing or something, and I guess these Mandalorians are just not clever with checkout PayPal or something. Maybe they don't know how to hook up the cart right or something. But anyway, she had to pay them the difference. So, and she told me at the Skywatch that she will have to make up the difference and eat the cost. So, she got caught. So there's this hacker out there. I don't know. They should have a bounty and go get her. So the stuff sat in front of the house until they got paid. And then she got paid, and then the shit got deeper, right? Let's see. Let's go to. All right, here we go. They're dragging this out. So they're. Oh. I forgot. So while I'm talking to this lady, what's the name of this driver? And I said, she goes, okay, write this down. She goes, A, L, I, E, E, N, and the rest of his first name, and Blanco. So Blanco? Yes. Okay. And I thought, I've been had. This chick just made up his fucking name. There ain't nobody named Alien Blanco. What the fuck kind of fake ass throwaway Reddit name is that? Alien Blanco. For fuck's sake. Rhonda, I don't know, with her, Jedi wisdom, she goes, Tom, that means white alien. Jaws, camera, we zoom in and it pulls back. What? White alien? All right. The hacker woman has no idea that this merchandise they're delivering is going for this massive radar project, which is going to track UFOs, allegedly, or apparently, hopefully. So then just gets worse and worse, right? It's an alien Blanco. So then I walk up, I talk to the guys, and anyway, we didn't talk about that, but we talked about the mask. And he goes, how are you going to get this out? So I was hoping they had one of those things that, floor jack, and this was the only thing in the semi. That's it. They drove all the way here with a 28-footer. Why in the hell didn't they get like an 8-footer from U-Haul or something, the short bus? But no, they got to drive down here and waste all that energy and gas. A fucking pole. Jesus Christ, they could have did this in that truck that you saw at the end of Terminator 2 that got tanked. So they go, how are you going to get this out? So I thought they had one of those hydraulic things that would go up and down like you usually see. Nope. And I'm going, oh shit, man. We need a forklift or something. I thought, that's all right. It's only 200 pounds. He goes, this is, I think he has said 800 pounds or 900 pounds. Fuck. I'm thinking 250, man. 900 pounds?
Fucking A.
I can't lift that much. I mean, I got a busted back and shit. That's why I was all fat for a year. Well, it ain't, yeah, I know it's hilarious watching on that side. It ain't funny on this side. Mandalorian delivery and shit. Fuck. Yeah, right into the Twilight Zone, right? Expensive. And this radar better fucking work, because if I put this up there and it don't work and I got to sell it, holy shit. I can always, I always make the, the best of it. Lemons, we make the lemonade. I'll put the camera up there, I'll put a cosmic watch up there. I'll put something up there. Something will be up there, man. I make best of it, Hey, but at least we'll know it don't work. The community will get word. So how are we going to get this out? It weighs 800 pounds or 900. And I'm going, just turn it this way. And they go, can't turn. They didn't even have shears. It was bolted down to a pallet. They didn't have shears to cut it. They had nothing. This had iPhone. So we cut it, and they were able to turn it. Now it's like, well, because I kept saying, and it didn't fucking work. Look, man, the pyramids were built by people, and they didn't even have a hammer. They didn't have a wedge. They just had like stones and chisels and shit. And they had like logs, and they rolled stuff, and they got these huge 15-pound stones. And Stonehenge, what about Easter Island? I can get this cannon out of this thing, you know, this heave-ho and shit. If you just balance it in the center of the semi, it should slide down like this, and then you flip over and you put it on that R2-D2 cart, and off we go. That wasn't happening. Man, that was going to crush people. I've seen videos of do stupid things, win stupid prizes. There was no stupid prize to be won today. Like, we weren't going to put down, like, rubber tires and shit and bounce it. So, here's what we did. All right, just a sec.
Stop. Be careful. Tom. No.
Dale.
Wait, Tom.
No hay como cogerlo,
It's
compadre.
on the...
Póngale el trapo. Sí, te parece que tiene que ir abajo. Sí, sí.
Antes que caiga lo suelta. Wait. Put the gate up? Maybe. Yo esperemos ahora cuando te seque, mejor subir la puerta. Para que se descanse arriba de la puerta y ya.
Sí, ahora sí.
Close the door.
No.
Wait. Ahora sí,
Now we're talking.
no la vamos a poner primero.
Let me jump in there.
No. Don't get smashed. That thing's...
There we go. Now I need your sign, and we're done. Electronic sign. Your sign right
Sir,
here.
you need?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Free pallet, yeah. Oh, that's 200 pounds. Fucker got heavier in the way. All right. I'll take care of the shit from here.
Uh-huh.
This can put up 6 radar guns. So your name is Alien Blanco?
My name is me.
Yeah. Could be
Alien
white
Blanco?
alien? How the fuck you get a white alien name?
I don't know.
You see those cameras up there
What?
on the house?
Oh yeah.
You know what they're for?
I'm from Cuba.
They're for filming UFOs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is going to have radar on it,
Wow.
if I can get it in the house.
What is it?
It's going to go over there. It's going to go up in the sky and piss everybody off.
Oh yeah.
Have radar
Wow.
from UFOs.
Nice.
Una antena.
Oh, boom.
Un telescopio.
Yeah. To watch the sky.
So there, you wanted it, you got it, I delivered. You just witnessed the delivery of what's going to be the world's largest civilian UFO radar skywatching system in the world, and with the most advanced technology around. Would you concur, R2? He does. All right, so we got it in the truck. Inspected it. There's about 7 of these tubes. Yeah, let's catch up with the chat again. That's fine. I get it all the time. Davier. Hey, Mr. Bubble, hopefully you have seen this before, man. yeah, that's
Fucking A.
So now I have this in my truck. So I could have, I got it in my truck. Yeah, you guys get to watch this journey. Will this work? I mean, this is a real fucking reality show. That other scripted shit's phony. No one ever dies. No one ever, gets too fucked up or something. Yeah, that's all cut out. This is real. So what do you do? How do you move something around that's 800 pounds? I mean, these droids here weigh 250. Now I can lift these up. It's going to screw my back up a little bit, but I can do it. I've done it. That's how I've lifted them up in the truck. In fact, the reason I have the van with the seats that flip down is so I can put the droids in. Rhonda might have thought I was going to run away and use an inflatable bed and live in it. No, it's for the droids. It's for the droids. So how do I even get that out of the truck? So here's the journey in front of me. I have the cement pad to pour. I need to go pick up 9 more bags of Quikrete with the truck. But that goddamn cannon's in the back. Now, I'm not worried about nobody stealing it. There's a hacker network out there trying to, I don't know what that's about. But then a guy named White Alien delivers it. I showed you the proof. That's fucking real. You think, well, Tom just makes up shit. He called him Alien Blanco. The fucking guy's name was Alien Blanco, and he delivered my pole. Now, if that's some kind of weird UFO synergy interweaving to say this is supposed to happen, I don't know what. And the guy sounds like the freaking Mandalorian, and they got hacked. So I'm on this journey. So somehow I got to get Quikrete next. I want to get this pad. I want to take Saturday off, do something fun. And then Sunday, hopefully get that pad done. And then that's got to set for a month. I was going to let it set for a month for 250 pounds. 900 pounds? Well, then I'm going to have to think. And you guys, hopefully, have some answers. How in the hell do I get that in the backyard and tip it up? And then I don't even know if it works. I did a quick inspection on it. Looks like it was used, but it's in pretty good shape. Now, it's 11 inches long. That's how long the bottom of the pole is. And I did measure how high up. But I think there's 7 sections. And this one is a locking mask, and there's another one that's a non-locking. And the non-locking one can go up automatically. This one you have to pull this handle down and then use an air compressor and it'll manually go up. So I pulled the handle down of the little one and I pulled it up and it came out. So that was one idea that we had, is to do it, to dismantle it, to take the thing apart. Damn it, why does that always do that? Anyway, we'll go this way. So that's how big it is. So I think that's a quick release pin there. So that shows you how big it is. And yeah, so I looked at it and thought, I was thinking about how I was going to mount my radar aluminum plates on. And also my hands are getting screwed up, and they're pretty screwed up from the skin disease, and they're getting more screwed up from just handling bags of Quikrete, not even import cement. So I need to remember gloves. There the Canon is. I mean, each tube probably doesn't weigh that much, but when you put them together, it's thick. And man, it's like it's like driving around with a Canon. I mean, I'm full metal redneck there. Let's see, go the other way. I don't have too many pictures of it yet. Also, I found there's I looked at them. They all work. So when you pull them, they pull a pin apart. What I found were 2 air holes in it. There was air hole at the bottom. That's I read in the manual, that's the water release. So I undid that, and that was plastic. So That was about that yay big. So it looked like it was bigger 3/8, probably maybe about a half an inch. So whatever that is, that may be where I got to hook up the air compressor. Because I can't wait to test this shit. This is all like, I'm just a little kid with more money buying toys. That's all I am. I'm 50 years old though. Sucks. But at the top, there was one other, it looked like a 1/4 inch and it was threaded. So the next sightings, when I released the handle and pulled one out, it pulled out about this far, and I thought, shit, I better put it back in. But when I pushed it back in, it had some release, like some air suction. I don't know. So anyway, when I do hook up an air compressor, probably to the bottom, I'll see if air comes out the top. And if it does, then I'll plug it, and then I'll know that's where you hit it. Because when you put compressed air in there and pull the release handle, then it gets erected. Oh, fuck yeah, good idea, man, good idea. Time lapse, because, yeah, looking at that, this is what I thought at first.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
That and
Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? We're some real pretty shit now, man.
Yep, that's some real pretty shit. The length I go to acquire data is extraordinary. Because hopefully we'll have some footage as extraordinary. I'm hoping you guys. So if your wife is saying, what are you doing on Friday at 5? Who are you watching? You tell them, look, there's this crazy guy over in Arizona who spends more money on UFOs than our car, and you got to watch it because you don't know what the fuck he's going to do. You don't. I didn't know I was going to do radar. Even the droid didn't know. Is Alien Blanco a tequila? Was he named after? I don't know. I only know of Jose Cuervo. I'm not a booze guy. I don't drink anymore. I'm sober for about 6 months now. So yeah, those days are behind me. Now I'm with Dave Altman. I gotta need a fucking Boba Fett, the Mandalorian tattoo on my fist. I can't because my skin's so fucked up. The tattoo would fall off. Can't even get a fucking tattoo. It'd fall off. My fingerprints fell off, and I managed to get through a fingerprint scanner. If Xavier, if you're talking for, what software for which? I don't know. I have a lot of software, a lot of shit. I have too much shit. So yeah, I'm working at I might video blog some of the stuff I'm doing with the droid and put that on my other channel. My other channel is mostly droid shit and Terminator crap. Oh yeah, that was another. Andy, let's discuss this before I get into this UFO club. Because first, I wanted to run this. I guess it's funny. I'd laugh if I saw this stupid fucker doing the shit I'm doing. So I have at least the ability to step outside myself and look kind of how I'm looking to, say, hey, tone it down or whatever. Don't get too wild. But now you guys saw this stuff. What is the think tank do? So I have to get 800 pounds out of this truck safely. And then I have to put it on this pad. Now, initially, what I wanted to do is I thought it was about 9 inches. So 9 inches around, they have these, basically they're end caps that are aluminum. And then I could put, when I pour the pad, I could put and I know Dan's watching this, Motherload. Hey, where the fuck are you, Dan? You can tell me. Or you built the goddamn Tycho Center. It's got indoor and outdoor roller coasters. It's got its own, probably one of the biggest lakes in Arizona once that's done. So anyway, yeah, a threaded rod or something that comes up through the cement, and then the plate would go down. You bolt that down, then you put the tube over it, and then that would hold the base. And then I found these 9-inch aluminum things that go around the side, and then those could bolt onto wood. And those were to hold gas tanks on semi-trucks. So this is 11 inches, so I have to look for 11-inch clasp or something that then have bolt holes. And then I have to put something they'll bolt to. So I almost can't rush the cement job because I might have to put like 2 4x4s and then dig some holes and put the 4x4s down in there. And then, you know, join those together. And then the pole, the bottom would bolt onto the 4x4s. They can't bolt onto the house. And the reason is the overhang of the house has to be accounted for, and that's about 1 foot. And then the radar comes out, and there's going to be 18-inch garment on top. That's got to be accounted for. So then you have 9 inches in the center. So then it's got to come out like 3 feet. That's why it needs a 5-foot pad. Yeah, sell the radar probably. Probably what I should do, sell the radar and buy 2 944s and drive them around until they blow up. The stream's kind of up and down a bit. So another thing is I can go to ABC Rentals and rent some heavy equipment and move it around. My friend Dave, he's funny. I should run almost everything by him if I could bug him enough. Tom, you shouldn't get a forklift. They weigh 10,000 pounds and it's sinking in your backyard. And it's like, shit, I didn't think about that. I can't drive a forklift around on dirt. You know, probably it would sink. So a crane. So probably can get a dude who knows a dude who can get a dude over here for cash. Yeah, the IRS is getting fired or something. Yeah, for cash maybe that can just pick the cannon up, lift it over the brick cement wall, and put it into place. If that doesn't work, 8 guys and 8 12-packs of beer. That's another one. I should almost start putting this up as a counter. You can't put that on a wheelbarrow. It's too heavy. It'd smash the wheelbarrow. Also, rollers. I could put it on. I know I can get out of the truck, but I'm thinking about then how do I get it into place. So maybe some rollers. Another thing is the cement wall can be taken apart because they're just grouted in, so you can just bang those a little bit with a rubber hammer and clean those up, take those down, get a bag grout and put them into place. So I could penetrate through the block wall to put up the pole. I could back the truck up, knock out part of that wall gently so I can put them back in. That's another option. That's an option that is actually probably a primary one, I think. Yeah, that was another one that Dave says, Tom, you can get 2 sheets of... Damn, you guys smart people think like, Tom, you can get 2 sheets of plywood and then you can roll it. Getting better at my Dave Mason. He always cautions me, be careful. He's like kind of an older brother. He's a good dude. Got to get him on this show sometime, but who knows? Let's get into this. Let's get into this UFO stuff. So yeah, all this to get this maybe to work, maybe not. Let's see, still got this up. You know, since I switched over to this computer, capture card never crashes. In fact, I'm running 3 of them now. That's a big difference. And the only real difference is this computer has a 3090 GPU and the other one is a 3080. Let's see, I'll get to this clip here. Let's play this.
I don't hear anything and something's moving in erratic ways. It's in the shape of a jelly bean, but the interior was like plasma. It was just going like this, you know.
Chris Frederick has been a teacher for over 2 decades, and he currently works for a metro area school district. He showed us this video from January 25th. He's in his driveway off Northwest 21st in the Gatewood district. He said it all started that night when his wife wanted to go to Brahms, so they walked out to their car. But after a few minutes, neighbors were calling each other.
He started calling neighbors, and before long we were all standing out in the street and had our phones out.
Chris has been a drone pilot for about 10 years. He started working with them when he and his wife were realtors in Ardmore several years ago. He fired it up, and attempted to fly his drone to get a better look at the object.
The sky at night, you have to have aviation lights or it's not legal.
But strange things started happening.
My controller talks to me and it said unable to take off, electromagnetic interference.
After he recalibrated a few times, he eventually got it in the air and took these pictures of the object, which he estimates is around 1,500 feet off the ground. His drone was at about 400 feet when he took the pictures.
It concerns me that something was up there at night at that altitude that could have been a hazard.
He said his video function wouldn't work, which was odd. And there was something else. Only about 4 minutes and 18 seconds of flight time.
It had a fresh battery in it. It has a 35-minute flight life. And as soon as I took those 3 pics, my controller said a low battery, return to home.
Chris and his wife kept seeing that object for about 4 hours that night. We showed his pictures and videos to experts at OU for a second opinion.
What it is, I don't know, right? But I think I would approach this question as what is it likely to be, right? So that's where I'm coming from.
Professor Killick teaches astrophysics and cosmology at the university.
From the Plaza District, it's south of them because we can see the Orion constellation in the background, so we know their point of view.
He acknowledged the object looks strange, but ultimately, it's likely it's just another drone in the sky.
I could see a red streak. Now, I don't know if it's because I could imagine if it's a long exposure. I don't know if it is. I don't know how long the exposure was, but, you know, a drone could have a red light on top of it, right? I mean, our planes have red lights on them.
We took a look at the metadata, or digital picture information of the drone pictures. You can take a look at that info for all the images right here in Oklahoma City. Jason Berger, KOCO 5 News.
All right, that's what, this is what I shot, all right? And that's the date. So this is something that flew by the camera. And I don't know what the hell it was, but it was rotating counterclockwise. And it's kind of... There goes the Cosmic Watch. Red alert. The fuck's going on? Check the NVR. Yeah, we got it. There's that hit right there. Just showed up. It takes a minute for the hit to show up. Now you can see the hit that just activated the alarm. And then you go to the NVR. Let's see here. So we could switch back. Let's see which one are we on. Switch over to thermal. I think. Nope. Let's see. Still. I removed my switch, so I don't have muscle memory on which one is flipping over which one yet. But typically, when you hear red alert like that, then it's time to check some cameras. Because if there's something unidentified, again, on the camera with a spike, there's a protocol that I have, which is wait a couple of minutes, then I get a screenshot of that. Save it as the name of whatever you're going to nickname that sighting. From there, I'm going to take all 3 Cosmic Watches and I'm going to wait 24 hours for them to cycle. Matteo Giovanetti, very brilliant, has them cycle at midnight and then start a new file. So you wait till the next day. So that way you don't have file interruption or file corruption on the CSV file. Then I also save, if I'm running mission control, I save that too, because that will have all the weather, the wind conditions, the visibility, all the planes closely around the target. And then search for the target on the NVR. So yeah, there's the up and running system is great. To add radar to it would just be, killer. So let's see, levitate there. Car engine. That's a damn good idea. Now, I have a lot of friends who've done it, but I've never pulled an engine out. But I'm thinking they weigh way over 500 pounds. So could this handle a swinging 900-pound mast going? What, you know, what, here, okay, here's an idea. What about this? I back the truck up to the brick wall where it's going to be right where the cement pad is. Then I delete the bricks and take them out. So it's the level of the truck bed. Here's an idea. I knew the idea was going to come. It'll be easy, but it just wouldn't come while it was in the truck. It would come later, like now. So then, after I delete that, then I think Home Depot has these. You set them up on these foldable A-frames, and they have those rolling pins on the top of them. So that way, what these are used for is when you're cutting like 26-foot long 2x6s that are custom for some guy's $1 million roof, and you're cutting these in and you're making each one. I've done that, custom doing that shit. Then when you have, you know, your chop saw or your table saw, you're going to have something that's got to hold that damn wood out 20-something feet. And that's when these rolling pins come in. I know because I fell off a roof and I fell onto a bunch of them once. Go figure. And now this has popped into my memory. Those motherfuckers can come back and help me get that cannon out of the back of my pickup. So if I get like 4 of those rollers and space them apart, because I lifted it up with these little muscles, these programmer muscles here. I lifted it up just an inch, and Rhonda probably pissed I did that, but I did. So I can lift it up and put the tailgate down, and then we could jimmy it out, put over rollers, and then once it gets over the roller, you drop one of them and the back end goes, and then it goes up, and we clamp it. That's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? Think that would work, or you think we're going to bust some toes? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that news, be interesting to get a hold of that guy, Richard. If his name's out there, you might be able to find him on Facebook and then see if we can get a clean copy of the footage he has off his drone. And then if he shot anything with iPhones, and then, you know, run it through the stabilization. If he's got Orion's belt there, lock Orion's belt down and see if that thing did anything funky. From what I saw in the brief clip, it looked like a illuminated square that was flipping over itself. So if an object's flipping over itself, it's probably not a Chinese lantern because it's going to burn itself up. Just take one out, light one, and see. You're not going to see them go upside down for very long. I don't watch news either. You get the best stuff on a rerun. Or if it's worth a damn, somebody will save it and show it to you like I just did. What date? I think that clip's new, Paul, if you're talking about... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, since you brought it up, I didn't want to be... the negative person, bring it up. But since you brought it up, yeah. All right. So when the news goes to a meteorologist for opinion on a UFO or an astrophysicist, what are you going to bet your money on what he's going to say? Hey, I don't know. Or just throw out some monkey poo and just say, that's good enough. And I'm an expert, so you have to believe it because I got a doctor in front of the title or something. So you are never going to find a meteorologist that says it's a UFO. They won't say that word, or UAP. You'll never find an astrophysicist because they're all, you know, stiff and unfunny. Because their reputation's on the line, because their papers are on the... They will instantly get mocked and laughed at. So when the news goes to these people, yeah, about the best a meteorologist will go, so, gee, I don't know. That's about it. Gee, I don't know. But you're not going to get any more commitment verbally than something like that. So whenever they go to those people, and I got clips, man. I got a clip on this channel. Just in my channel, just type Illinois mass sighting. Clip comes up of a bunch of news clips that I saved. No, I didn't save them. How that happened is somebody in Illinois, Chicago area saved them. And they sent me a bunch of their news clips. And they even had, how they knew about me is they had a news clip of me in Chicago. The news clip of me when I went to the news went viral. When I went to the local 10 news, went viral. They reran it again the next night. And then on all the Fox affiliates, they played the same clip before the X-Files. So it was played in every major city. I found that out later. So he recorded me on Chicago News plus the Chicago Mass Sighting. He traded it to me. I sent him VHSs. That's how it worked back then, baby. And that's how I got this stuff. And the same thing. They went to meteorologists and they poo-pooed it. And yeah. I wouldn't go to any of them. So if they go to one, that they're just taking a crap on you. If they go to somebody else, maybe I would say credible. Anybody in the military, maybe, that's better than a meteorologist or an astrophysicist. An astrophysicist does not spend their time reading new books. Richard Dolan has a new book out on USOs. You're not going to see the astrophysicist having those on the bookshelf. You're going to see like 0 UFO on the bookshelf for that. And you're not going to see them really with the meteorologists. The people that do the weather are not going to go home and say, I got to catch up with Whitley Strieber. I got to catch up with Ancient Aliens. The Ancient Aliens are the best they're going to do, but they're not buying any books. Yeah, we got flight radar up too. We got everything up and working. Let's see if UFODAP got anything. Let's go check that out. Did this get anything? Oh, caught something. Let's go take a zoom on this. Oh, and it crashed. It crashed on us. No good. It did. It lasted 75 minutes. And then it broke. I'm not having any luck with that new camera. God damn it, I might as well pile on. Fuck it. So at least the streaming is working better. And I'm broadcasting at 4K, so I made some progress a dozen episodes in. But the earlier episodes, I was waiting for this. I had this Lorix camera, and it stopped moving, right? So I sent it in. He sent me back this brand new Deo 50 23-2. It's comparable with the 54 321. It looks like it's pretty much the same specs. It's the same type of camera. So I put that up in the same spot. It's malfunctioning already, and it's brand new. And I don't get why. Now my windshield wiper camera, I didn't like it at first. I like it now. It's great. 4K Lorix, autofocus sucks, but it never screws up. It does. It moves exactly where I tell these cameras. Not this new Daewoo. It's all screwed up. When I go to point it down, it goes down and it stops at a 45-degree angle. It says, we're down, Tom. I'm like, what? And then when I go, okay, let's go up. When I point it up, when it goes up and it hits the midpoint where it spins, it starts snapping. So I'm thinking like, there's a stepper motor malfunction maybe or something. What the fuck is wrong with this position on this side of the house? Every camera I put up there breaks. I could take up a 4K camera I've had for maybe 3.5, 4 years, put it over there, probably a malfunction. So it's weird. It's almost like a skinwalker deal. Why does everything break at that spot? So, because I put it in the house, it works, right? So anyway, I go into the IP address and I reset it factory. It goes down, it works. I put it out. All right, go back to work, go find some UFOs. Before long, you saw the UFODAP, it screws up. So that's 2 times. But this whole week I haven't had time to get into that. I've been doing other stuff. So I think that camera is going squirrely and going all screwed up. Damn it, fucking chat didn't work right, so I'm catching up on that. Yeah, I'm sure if this pole goes up as high as it looks, it's going to be as high as a palm tree. I was thinking about, here in the South, we have palm trees everywhere, right? And we have cell phone towers with fake palm trees, and they're meant to blend in. And it's, I don't know, it probably costs money to do, but it's kind of cool because it makes You know, if just glancing around, you don't notice it until you stare at it and go, oh, it's a fake palm tree. I was thinking about maybe doing that with the radar, like having some fake leaves and shit on the bottom so when it goes up, if I ever get that damn thing working, fake palm tree. Engine lift. Yeah, you know, that's why I thought I'd run. I knew I had to tell you guys about this, and then the community would come up with. I wouldn't even thought of it, engine lift at all. So great idea from the people watching. Thank you. I don't know who came up with it. Probably all of you. It wouldn't have popped into my mind. So I wonder where the hell's the footage from Avi Loeb and Harvard? You know, they have a network. Harvard's net worth is the same as Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers owns Batman, Superman, Aquaman, or woman. They could be either, and all that stuff. You guys get it. They make movies, and then they made a Bugs Bunny movie and didn't release it. So they got as much money as Harvard. Where's their shit? You know, I'm just this working class programmer trying to get through life with my droids and figure out all this shit flying around and get it on nuclear sensors, cosmic watches, and radar. What can I do? I don't. So Galileo project. Yeah, well, I looked at the Skywatcher group. They have they had something that you fill out, so they would come to your location, but they were talking like 50 people, and it was like they were looking for, like, I think schools or like really rich people. Like we have a guy in Scottsdale who has his own tumbler, the Batman car. He fucking had it built for him. And he drives it around at night, and it's 110 in the thing. It has no air conditioner. Look it up on YouTube, Scottsdale Batman car. So why doesn't Batman host the shit? You know, I got the droids, so I don't know. And there's probably other people, superheroes up there. I don't know if just that Batman guy is the only one who's on my radar. Yeah, he hasn't been. He's been silent on hockey pucks. Yeah, well, there's Avi Loeb, Paul. I mean, he's at least Avi. You know, the Avi Loeb at least learns. You know, when he first came out, he said, "I'm going to build my own stuff." I thought, what? And then when I saw what he built was some type of octohexagon type of weird contraption, and I thought, I can't repeat that, Avi. I would like to follow your footsteps, Warner Brothers money, but I can't. But I'd like to repeat what you're doing with what I can get from Amazon. But when you're building that shit, no, none of us can repeat it, so it ain't science. And then, okay, but did he get anything? Nothing that we've seen. I mean, if he would have made a big announcement to get more funding. But I appreciate the effort and the awareness that he brings. But he has turned around, because when he came out and he started that, I thought, well, shit, everything you need should be in the Tic Tac incident from the Nimitz. It should be in the gimbal footage. Get those radar tapes. Look at this stuff. Get with Gaudette. Get with these guys that can get you read in. If Avi Loeb cannot get read in to these top secret programs, there's something really, really wrong with this country. It's like one of the smartest guys. If you don't trust him, then who the hell do you trust, right? He's a great public spokesperson, but then you had that CIA guy or whoever drive to his house. Abby probably made him a sandwich, and maybe he got compromised. I don't know. But, but he has recently said he wants to get read in. So great. 5 years later, he comes around to what I was saying. You should the data's already there. Go find it. We already have the data. Don't collect new stuff. Get the top secret stuff and then blow that wide open. Say, I seen it, and here's what it is. That's what I think Avi should do. I'm still encouraging him, People dog on him, shit. UFODAP's broke. What do we got? That's still there. I don't know what happened to the thermal. The radar isn't working yet. Yeah. Do you guys hear that alarm go off at your house? I think you do. It goes right through my headphones. You never know. I mean, that's with one hooked up. If I hooked up all three, sometimes you turn all the speakers on, then you'll hear one of them and the other one at the same time. And when you hear a double, then you know, shit, maybe a real one's there. Now, there's no way you can tell what direction they're in. The only way you can tell is if you build a wall, and then if it spikes down, straight down, or you see a spike go sideways, then you can do that. But they're working on that. That's not a thing yet. Oh, shit. Well, I'll have to work on that one. Yeah, that one's louder than me. Yeah, it wakes us up at night. All right. Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? We're some real pretty shit now, man.
Well, not anymore. Not after talking to you guys. A car engine. Yeah, some rollers onto a car engine and tilt it down. God, that's going to be one hell of a video when we do that. Time lapse. You said time lapse, but I don't think we can do that fast. That's got to be, watch your feet. It's a steel toe boot job. I mean, a crank can just come in. I'm going to do some research because it's going to take a month for the cement to cure. So it's not like the radar is going to be up soon. And that's if it even works. The whole thing's a very expensive scientific experiment for your entertainment and maybe knowledge if it works. You would think it wouldn't, but who knows? If it works on boats, it could work on a hockey puck. So, not in pretty shit anymore, but still in some shit. So that's gonna wrap up what I got. You got anything? No, you're looks like you clocked out, bro. Yeah, he's seen better days. But next week, the booze tray will be on it, serving beer that nobody drinks because nobody here drinks alcohol. But it'll look cool. That's what is important. So, been an hour and a half, and now you guys have an update on what's going on with this mast. It's wrap up if you just got here. I got the thing. Went through somehow a white alien delivered my mast, believe it or not. I recorded it. He confirmed his name is Alien Blanco. Maybe that's a common name in Cuba. Maybe there's so many goddamn UFOs coming out of the water that they name half the kids like Gray or Nordic or Whitley Strieber II. I don't know. But that's his name. And the whole thing was weird. But I got it. It's real freaking heavy. I have some ideas on how to install it. Probably, God, working next week, Skywatching. If I have time, I'm going to get the compressor bits. I should have took some pictures and shown them. You guys would have ideas of like what fittings to get. But I think I got to just get some brass fittings and put them on the we need a nickname for this thing instead of mast, cannon, whatever. And then see if I can pressurize it. Then I'll know if it works. I should probably do this before I install the damn thing. And then, get like one of the small ones to pop out and then decompress it. And then I'll know if it works. So that's maybe the next video. Who the hell knows? You never know. I didn't even know what this was going to happen. Thanks for coming out. Dan was here. Richard Memnick. Andy is mending. I think he's back on the mend now. And we had Sin in here. About 20 people in here. Gobstopper was in here. Mr. Boob Tube. Paul Damon, yeah, he's coming around. He's a big Kiss fan. Oh man, my friend, I got a friend of mine who can give you Kiss stories that you would crap. You wouldn't believe any of them are real. You know, like the 5th member of Kiss and all that stuff. 5th member of Kiss. Yeah, that'll keep you hooked to find out more about him next time on the show. Thanks for stopping by. You guys, if you're not drinking, have a drink. Get drunk, even if it's early in the morning. Fuck it. It's England, right? It's England. And that was, I think, here the 12th episode of 4K Skywatching. Hopefully not too many audio problems. Now, I just have audio problems in the droid. That's good. That's good. So, gonna get some more droids. Oh, and the black droid, he hasn't been seen. He's coming out of hiding. This guy might go in the droid room. I have another room full of stuff. That's the droid room. But we'll see you guys hopefully next week. 4K Skywatching. I'm Tom King. I appreciate you being here. Be safe. Give your loved one a kiss. Peace out. Look up in the sky. See a UFO, and we'll see you next time.